Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to jump into a premiere draft of Kaldheim today. Chat voted and actually premiere crushed. It was unusual. Usually if I do a vote on best of one or three, it's a close race, but today it was dominated by best of one, so that's what we're going to give a shot at here. And I don't have the 10K to enter with gold anyway, but I was just talking with chat before jumping on with the store is offering a deal on gold today, so this YouTubers are gonna get this too late probably, but it's just a reminder to keep an eye out for the deals in the store. Often they offer just basically free gold and gems if you remember to go check. They're basically paying you to come visit the store, right? So if you want to get paid to visit the Magic the Gathering Arena store, you can do so, get some extra gold or gems. But I've been debating now about what currency I want to build up. Historically, my philosophy has been spend the gold, build up the gems as they go, because you can spend gems on all sorts of things. But now with steep discount having been seen on the entry for the MTGArena Open, I'm wondering if I should at least be more balanced and try to have a north of 20K balance on each of these so that I can take advantage of whatever direction. Because the other thing is I could start stockpiling the gold, and then at the next Open Arena, the Wizards could decide, well, this time we're going to do it. We didn't like that price structure. We're going to do this structure now, and suddenly gems could be the thing. So with a hefty purse, with good resources, I'm thinking that the correct thing for us to do is going to be to start spending gems intentionally and letting the gold build up. I'd like to get the gold up to 25K plus on this account, knowing that there are events with steep discounts if you have the gold available to enter. So that's what I'm thinking there. If you have the gold to buy some physical Magic cards, though, I recommend you check out cardkingdom.com. They are my sponsor, and they have everything you need for your tabletop Magic game. They can't help you with Arena that much. I'm here for that, but Card Kingdom's here for your tabletop needs. Everything you could want, you can get. When I tell you, I made another little spec. They don't accept gold, but you can convert gold into cash, was my premise there. I did, you know me, I like to make little specs here and there, just little gambles. They're not significant either way, whether I'm right or wrong, but I like testing my ability to see the far into the Magic future. And we were talking yesterday, I don't even remember her name. What is it? Asika? Is it the green god that has a backside of a Wooburg enchantment? And we were talking yesterday in chat about how that can be used as you can play the Wooburg enchantment side from your command zone. And I was like, wow, and it's a really powerful effect. I'm like, I bet you in 5 years, when this set is long gone out of people's memory, but people are still into Commander and are looking back and trying to figure out what they want to do, I bet foils of that card are going to be double plus what they are right now. So I got some foils of that god, and I got them from Card Kingdom because they had it. They might not now because I bought a couple, but I think they have some of the. But I'm always keeping an eye out, and of course, if you are like, oh, Ryan beat me to it, you can just put it on your wish list and get a reminder from Card Kingdom when they have it back in stock. So. That's grade A market manipulation. No, I like to, what's that guy's name? The Alpha Investments. Like him, I try to be completely upfront and transparent about my position in the market. My position on Asika or whatever is now like 3 foils. So there you go. I have a strong position on that card in my. But again, for me, it's Rudy. I like to speculate in that way, just to see if I can predict where some cards are going to land in a few years. And if you wanted to do that, Card Kingdom credit is a great way to do that. Because that's the thing, I only did it because I didn't have to pay cash. I just had some credit available. So I'm like, yeah, I'll wager some credit on this. And then maybe in 5 years, I'll sell it back to Card Kingdom for twice what I just paid for it today. So anyway, thank you so much, Card Kingdom. Check them out via my affiliate link. Let them know you got there from here and help keep me on the air. Thanks. Oh, how do you get credit? That's what I was saying. You get credit by selling them your extra cards, and you get a store credit bonus, 30% store credit bonus. And as I've said, many places will offer you store credit. for your selling if you sell cards to them, but your credit is only as good as the inventory that the place has, and that's where Card Kingdom rules. One of the places. Anyway, thank you, Card Kingdom. Thank you for listening, chat, and YouTube. For those of you who didn't skip, if you're listening on YouTube right now, you're a champ because you're here. Rudy's a clown, but he's got some smart things to say about Magic, the Magic marketplace. So often smart, not 100% smart. That's the thing. That's you gotta grain of salt it all. But I find Rudy's videos to be interesting at the very least. All right, let me get out of your way. Welcome, YouTubers for real now. Hi, YouTube friends. We were just talking about you. We know you just got here. That's all right. We like you anyway. Check out Card Kingdom, please. They're my sponsor. Sarulf, the Realm Eater, seems like a fine place to start. It's a double, gold, but it's green. I love green gold because green is so splashable in the format. We got the Boo Earned Snow-Covered Plains and the Yay Best Snow-Covered Shimmerdrift Veil, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to start there. We're going to start with the barely gold, green gold Sarulf Realm Eater, which I've said I said before. I was like A- on this card because I didn't think the counters would come up that much, but actually the counters come up a lot, and I've moved it up to an A, having played it, because the counters just are way more relevant than I thought, especially the fact that a single counter gets rid of all creature tokens. That was something that I didn't properly count in assessing this card. So really I try to, if I change my evaluation on a card, I should be able to explain what is different. What did I learn that has changed my grade? So whenever I change my grade, I try to be able to express what it is that I learned about the card that I didn't understand before. I think we can take Blizzard Brawl here. Not amazing. Snow-Covered Forest is somewhat interesting. So is the Bound in Gold as reasonable removal. But this is reasonable removal that matches our powerful first pick. Plow has not impressed me at all. Phil, okay, you're kidding. Some people like it. I've just... it's so blockable. You block it with 3 power and it dies? That seems weak. So, Sarulf, does it exile or destroy? Oh, too bad it's exile. It's a non-bow with Rise. If Sarulf destroyed... that would be cool. Going remove counters from Sarulf and then make 1,000,000 zombies. It still might be the pick here. It's a reasonably powerful card. It's just not a combo with Sarulf. That being said, if we didn't take it, where are we looking? Augury Raven for a powerful blue card, Squash for reasonable removal, Priest, although you tend to try and wheel this, and also I would note we have no snowland here, so somebody upstream is doing the snow thing. So I think I'll still take the rare. It's not incredibly powerful, especially because of the setup cost. It's not like you can just order up 3 zombies on command. But I think it's, yeah, I mean, this might be more rawly, more even. Like the Augury Raven's like the solid double, and this is more of a strikeout home run card. And generally, I'm a solid double guy over the strikeout home run card. But in this case, it at least matched our current colors. So the color there was the lean for me. Yeah, I've been black-green is another place I've been ending up a little more lately. If we're prepared to pivot, we could grab a Battlefield Raptor here. There's a Rune of Might, which is one of the runes I actually like. Getting this on a Lindy or some of your green beef is just good. Just getting evasion to your powerful large creatures is nice. Horizon Seeker for splashing, also nice. But I think we can get these a little later. I'm going to take the Rune here. Yeah, Seeker's fine, but I'm in for the Rune for now. Also, it's early yet. We might find equipment we like. This is, I like throwing this on the creature, but when you can get this on good equipment, whew, that's great. Now we got another Blizzard Brawl or a Glade Walker. Here we are again with Blizzard Brawls and no snow, but Blizzard Brawl with no snow is a, you know, what's it called, the original fight card, and it's not great, but we have a chance to end up with some snow, and then we might be able, but this should still be good enough. We just need to get creatures that are large, and if we're not going to get heavy snow to take advantage of the snow side of this thing, we do need to get some 3/3 plus creatures, you know. But I'm willing to take that there, and then we can take something like a Glittering Frost here, although this Mistwalker is super late. We're not blue yet, so I think we should just take the Frost, especially given the double Blizzard Brawl. Because it's snow permanence, so the Glittering Frost is a snow permanent, and it turns the land into a snow permanent. So one Glittering Frost gives us 2/3 of the way towards the active Blizzard Brawl. And since we have 2 of them, I'm going to prioritize this over alternate removal, alternate colored powerful creature, love me a Mistwalker, and this Glade Warden, which at least is a shapeshifter, but I found this to be quite non-bowish and underwhelming. Well, if we splash blue, this would be a great card to have, because we are looking to be to the black, although we've only taken some green. Like, we could abandon the black as well. Yeah, Hodge, that's a good way to put it. It's not good, not bad. It's classically upside Hill Giant, but its upside is not something you can take as much advantage of as you would like. So I like Port. Demonic Gifts has some play in a deck with ETB especially, but I like Port here. Here's another Glittering Frost for us. We could take the Arnie, but Glittering Frost is exactly what I want here. Really solidifies our ability to brawl it up and solidifies our ability to play whatever we want. You like wings here? Not yet. Not much here. I've never played this card. It's done some things against me sometimes, but sometimes it's been so bad. I hate the floor on this card. It's not that it can't do anything, it's that I don't like the floor. At its worst, it's terrible. So Frost Peak Yeti, though, or Mists being the alternative, that's the thing, right? There's not much here, honestly. I'm going to cut the Frost Peak for now, but we'll see. I mean, there is some late blue coming, so maybe we need to take that into account. Late Story Seeker as well, but I think the white ship has sailed. Not so much the blue, though. We could end up Sultai here, and that's fine. Let's grab this. Yeah, we have 2 Glittering Frost, too, so we can do a lot of flexible splashing. I don't think we want to get into the white, though. Sentinel, possible. Mists. I think this is super weak, but I guess we could take Sentinel in case of, like, we have a Rune of Might, so there's that, but also we could end up with equipment that makes me want to play the Sentinel. And Miss is awfully weak, you're right. So, in fact, like, maybe Firewalker is even a consideration here. If we abandoned the black, we could end up red-green and be happy to have Firewalkers. I mean, these Miss are just so whatever. I'm going to take the Firewalker on spec, try to draft the super hard way here, and recognize that while we like our Realm Eater, we called this a strikeout home run. This isn't even a super important card to us. This is our first pick, so we may need to just accept that that red or that black is kind of off the table here. Yeah, we could splash it, but I'm saying I don't necessarily need to. Well, and then we get Valky that says, okay, if you can splash a Sarulf and splash a Valky, so we're black. we're at least some black. We are going to have the capability of producing black mana. Here's a Rune Crown that would hook up with this Rune of Might. But let's take Valky. Crippling Fear says, okay, no, seriously, you're black, and now we have an actual combo with Rise. So we're going to take that. Avalanche Caller, somewhat of a sign, you know, although it's only pack 2. So just, but I mean, this is a really great card. We're just not going to take it here. Maybe we'll wheel another port. Gold Vein pick. I don't know if this is going to be a Gold Vein pick deck, but wow, just one black rare after another to open pack 2. Telling us exactly where to be. Yeah, we'll take this. I mean, it's a 3-1 with upside in. Wheel that Skemfar Elder Hall. Yeah, let's cut the Firewalker. I think I'm going to cut this bind. Wow, lots of picks for us here. Elder Hall, another copy of the Uncommon Land, but I think we can wheel that. Return Upon the Tide should be good in this type of deck, given that it usually is elves, but it's kind of not. And I'm with chat. I think we're on Lindy here. I think this is the best card for us in the pack. We don't really have a top end yet. You know, we're sitting here doing some wheel spinning and sweeping, but no, then what? And Lindy is a great answer to then what. Outrider is going to be useful because of the double Glittering Frost. I like the Struggle. I like the Mass Vandal. We do have 2 Blizzard Brawls, though, and we do have 2 Glittering Frost to turn Boreal Outrider into a house. So I kind of like the Boreal Outrider here over Vandal and another copy of the Mirror Lake, or first copy of the Mirror Lake. Yeah, that's a tempting one as well, but I still think we got to take Outrider with the Frosts for sure. And then more black rares, because the table is just like, take some black rares. Finn is fine in our deck. Sculpture would be good given the double glittering, but it is a combo specifically with that. We don't really have any other snow right now, so I'm just going to take Finn. It's generically good for us. Ice Tunnel is good. That's a hedge to potentially being able to port and giving us some snow, on-color snow, and really nothing else here for us. This snow-covered forest jumped out at me, but then we have a first Sculptor. What do you think, Chad? It's definitely one of these two. I'm just not sure which. Pablo and Radiantware. It's a bad Sculptor because it only interacts with Glittering Frost, but it's such a great interaction. Yeah, I guess we have to take the land. Well, we don't. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3, right? And in fact, Sculptor plus Glittering Frost is like the mwah combo, right? It's like you really want that. But I like Port Ice Tunnel is an interesting a blue splash, right? A blue splash with no blue cards. I'm gonna take this over the Mentor here. Raise could be good here. Wither Crown, no. Arachnoform, no. Snakeskin Veil, maybe. I'll take a Plow for progress, Vault Progress, if nothing else. Svella. Could get into Svella. We don't have red yet, so let's not be too greedy. But what else is what's the opportunity cost? It's a Sculptor or a pick. I don't think we've taken the pick yet. I guess we would play pick in this deck, maybe. It's not. Oh, this is get out of here. Maybe not. It's not that great here. So I'm going to take Svella, but she's not good yet. We don't really have the ability to play her yet. The opportunity cost is low, though. Sculptor would be our pick, if not. And it's just like, I don't feel, now I kind of want to take Behold. Or Glimpse, even. Demon Bolt. I guess we can take Demon Bolt and work towards the red splash. but we already kind of have a blue splash. So, and if we take, yeah, That's true. We do need red for Tybalt anyway. That is very fair. So let's take the Bolt and look to try and get some red in this deck. Tybalt is the pushes me over the edge here, being able to cast Tybalt. So now let's think about how we're actually going to do that. We can take a snow-covered mountain. And we don't have the ability to fetch it yet, but we can look for that. And then it does a couple things for us. There's another Behold here, but I really do want the Demon Bolt Svella Tybalt now. So we'll take Snow Mountain. There's nothing else for us besides the Behold. We do like Snow for the Blizzard Brawl, yes, but it's not essential. But if we can turn these into excellent removal, we'll be happy about that. And there's really nothing for us here but another Frost. And it does give us more red, right? So this is going to help, like a third Frost sets us up for, yeah, Crush the Weak is interesting as well. It's pretty good in this deck. We might even wheel it, although we also have a Crippling Fear, so we have something doing that job already. I'm going to take the Frost. And now if the table wants to ship us a Sculptor, I'd be in for that. I think we want Bergie now. I think we have the fixing to do it. We can play the Ice Tunnel, maybe these ports. I don't know about the ports yet, but with the Ice Tunnel and the Triple Frost, we can just grab Bergies and run them. I think we're at max copies. I would not want to run a fourth copy of Glittering Frost, I don't think. Kennel Master is interesting for sure. Glade Walker or Crown. We do have the Rune of Might for the Crown, so let's go ahead and grab that. Another Finn. Can't play them both, but good to have. We could also just take Provoke if we don't feel like we have the removal we want here. We do have like sweepers. We don't have a lot of pinpoint. We have a Demon Bolt. We could add a Provoke. But just another Finn seems fine too. Finn is like removal. Chat seems to want Finn. That's cool. Yeah, I saw Marshall do that yesterday. Yesterday, Marshall provoked Svella, an unblocked Svella for Xaxes. Oops, sorry, I went to switch, but I took the... it's not that bad, but yeah, I would rather have the Finn. It's all right, though. Blessing the Frost. This was good if we could... yeah, if we can get these Glittering Frost going, this is going to be fine. Another Glittering Frost here, but I like the 3 Glittering Frosts and this Frost. All right, Sculptor, we got one. We could even play the Fall with our fixing, but I want Sculptor. Sculptor is good enough now, and we could even consider the Glimpse here. I don't want another Snakeskin Veil, so I'm going to take the Glimpse over the Village Rites, and we'll think about it. I'm going to go Vault Progress over Unplayables, or not good enough for this deck anyway. Same with these, was take a Boat. Maybe? No. Broken Wings is maybe main deckable here. We don't have any other naturalize effects that I remember. I'm going to make a note of that. I've kind of lost track of my grind. You know, when we get those extra gems here and there, I just get it so much now, humble brags, but it's tough, actually been tough to track it. What the heck? Come on. One second. There we go. 100, 0 that, 40, sure. All right. So, do we play the blue, which is effectively Bergstrider and the ports? We kind of want the Ice Tunnel regardless, I think, because of the double Blizzard Brawl, although it's maybe you could argue to not run the Ice Tunnels. But I just feel like with the ice tunnel, and I guess the question is, do we run the ports? Maybe we don't run the ports. Yeah, we can consider glimpse, but maybe ports are a little much, and we focus. But we go ahead and run Bergie. Thank you so much. Appreciate that guy. Appreciate that guy. Now, what don't we like here? This is nice that we got cuts. Probably can let the Sentinel go. Our fixing's fine. Not a lot of creatures, but we got a sweeper, so in a Dreadmarn that we're going to try to leverage on that front. Cut the Veil. Glimpse is okay, but like, what's our giant count? Giant shapeshifter, like one giant and no shapeshifters. I'm not in for the glimpse on a splash for that. Well, we have Blessing of the Frost That's some card draw, hopefully. Yeah, that kind of counts, right? That's draw 2. So let's do that. And our overall, like, I don't want to cut any more creatures if we can help it. So then maybe I need to cut that Provoke I goof grabbed. And the Broken Wings, we can try and be more proactive here. Because we got it, like, we can cut a land for sure. This is a 16 lander for sure. So maybe we just cut a land and we're done. And on that front, I really don't want an actual island. Rob says cut Rise. I'm not going to cut Rise because it actually combos nicely with Crippling Fear. And I think it's reasonable anyway, but especially with Crippling Fear. Yeah, Baron's checking out this sorting tech. Really what you can do is basically whatever, when you go into this if you here, let me give it it's also buggy. You can do things. In fact, I'm going to do this. We're going to hit done and then come back in case we mess this up and I need to restart. So you click on the triangle, and then anything you enter up here will sort that to the top. So like if you just type snow, for example, we get to see what snow is in our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 snow cards, and 3 of them make 3 more snow cards, right? So you can do that. You can do T for type and look at your artifacts up top. Oh, we only have the 1. You can say maybe it's A for artist. I don't know. Let's see. What's an artist that we have? Manuel. Let's see if A works for See? We can even bring up Manuel's art to the top. So lots of ways. And you can then say, well, but maybe I actually want to play more of my red. You can click red, and then it actually brings that stuff into the deck. This is what messes me up, though. This is like, because if you don't successfully cut everything that adds, then it adds it, and then you have it in your deck. So you got to be careful on that front. Like clearly I've added something here. Maybe it added more mountain. Oh yeah, it added an island again. Anyway, so pretty powerful tool for assessing your card pool. You didn't indicate. Rob is sitting there telling me to play him a meme, and you didn't tell me what to play. I think you can think that you might think that I would know, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you were really enjoying my talking this morning and didn't want me to get on with it, and instead you wanted something like, you know, something like this.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Pretty sure that was the meme that Rob wanted, so there you go. Oh yeah, Swoop, his favorite. Shoot. He loves the song Swoop, and he loves the meme that we made from it. So let's give him that one. Obviously. Thanks, Hat. Mirage Basics for Tron. Wow, this deck wants us to put a lot of red in for some reason. That's a weird suggestion, deck. I don't even want it to suggest. I'm going to hand select. We don't want that anyway. We just want Jund. I don't even know if we want this. We just want the snow-covered mountain, right? I really think we're just trying to splash off of the Svella. Well, Svella is red, so but the Glittering Frost, right? So Glittering Frost plus snow-covered mountain represents 4 sources of red. Is that enough? Maybe I do need to put in more. But it's just a light splash. I think maybe a second mountain is okay. I
do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Let's figure out our baseline green though, for example. So want at least 9 green for this deck. And we have only 2 in here now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 7. So there's our 9 green. That really only leaves us with a little bit of room for the black anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Nine green, 6 black, and then 1 red, 1 blue naturally, and then of course we're leaning heavily on the Trips Frost to make up for lightness in the other colors. Could make an argument for 8 green and 7 natural black, but it's really bad for us to have a Glittering Frost in hand and no green, so I'm a little worried about that. So I do want to. I'm going to keep it at this. What are we calling this? Let's go glittering all that glitters. Call it Glitterati. That's what you're. I'll just leave it at that. That's fine. Looks good. And we'll use some shark sleeves. And we can call it. How about crafting herpes? Get it? Get it? Any crafter knows that that glitter is crafting herpes. You get glitter around, it never goes away. I'll be edgy today. right, let's par pull this. No red yet, but we got a Sarulf on 3 and a crown. We'll keep this. Not doing anything on 2 in this format feels like a travesty in some ways, but it's also slow enough that you can recover from that. It's just unusual. There's just so much to do. You're like, really? I can't do anything? Well, that looks pretty strong. We're gonna go with the... Like, if they go Frost, if they play a Snowland, they just snap off the Realm Eater. So I'm gonna go Glittering Frost here, and we'll try to set up a turn where we can maybe even Realm and Crown. Anyway, we're going Glittering Frost here to avoid snapping off the Realm Eater with just a single Snowland from Oppo. Yeah, it also gets Svella out, and then if we have to, we could potentially brawl, although Svella's not going to be big enough, never mind. Oh, that's a good point. If they sack, it does become a 4/4. But now they even have the ability to do it, although it would be kind of funny if they did, right? So maybe that's okay. And we got 5 mana here. Yeah, we can't brawl it to any effect though, because we don't have the snow to get the +1. Right now, brawling would just be nothing. Doesn't do anything. So we can... I think we need a Svella. Or we can just... I like Sarulf. Let's see if they want to spend everything on Sarulf. And maybe they'll make the mistake and think that sacking the 1 will do the job. Oh, Svella does get us the brawl, right? But it's not. It's still not there because it's only a 2/4. So we play this out. We get our 3rd snow permanent, but we only make a 3/4. So we can do that next turn. I'm gonna go Svella. Yeah, I actually now I hate my play. I panicked with the clock, but I don't like this. We're just gonna lose it. That's the problem. Because they can even play a single Snowland here and only 1/1, and I don't like that. I don't like that they can 1/1 with a snow. We did make them do it, but that wasn't a good play. What do you mean, Haj? Now I like playing the crown and drawing and seeing if we find something else, but I don't want to play Sarulf until we can make it a little bigger than the priest can handle. Although we could send this out. Death Touch, like, then we save Sarulf. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out, offer it up. Go for it, Oppo. Yeah, I know it dies. I want it to. I'm offering them something instead of the card I'd rather have. We'll see. Yeah, with Pillar, maybe they'll just do that for now. But in that case... Ooh, that's interesting. So let's try and build towards that, although... wonder... Well, they don't even have the... They can't block here, so we can put whatever we want on top. What's the best card in our deck to put on top? Bergie, Demon Bolt. Yeah, we can brawl and everything, but I'm just trying to figure out. We can attack first. We don't need. We might brawl. No, they can't. Priest is sorcery speed. I'm just trying to figure out what we put on top. Valky? Let's get Valky. Yeah, we can play Sarulf out, and then as long as we know that we can fight, that's a fine play too. Yeah, I like Sarulf into attack. Did I have the room to... Yeah, I didn't have the... Oh, and I could have equipped. No, I can't equip and brawl, so we didn't equip here because we want to fire off the tutor and then fire off the brawl. Okay. CBL clicked. Let me know if that works. And yeah, let's go ahead and brawl the priest. Close to being able to get rid of the pillar. We could get rid of the amulet right now, but it would also get, like, if we get rid of the pillar, we get rid of our crown. So there's that, but... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to Valky, so we can't cast it next turn, but hopefully we find a land reasonably after that. So Crippling Fear now puts another counter on Realm Eater that would allow us to get rid of the pillar. Again, it takes our crown as well, but... Boo earns. Still, we can cripple. I don't know if we want to do that yet. Let's give them a chance to play something else out. Yeah, we lose our Glittering Frost too, although now it's very moot. Very moot. I like our spot, though. These are powerful cards waiting to deploy. And... if they play another card into the Crippling Fear, that would be excellent. Just so. And we get our Valky mana to boot. So let's start with the Crippling Fear, though. Put the fear into them. And name Sand. Was that our... that's what we want? Sand and Oof has been called, but we're going to go with Sand. That's True's favorite. It also, I like Sand because it's like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You all become sand. Well, 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 we can't catch a break. So now, if we Valky, we can exile, we can pay 3 to exile, but then Valky snap dies. But we can plus Valky to 7. And then Valky survives a turn, and we get some stuff to cast. So let's try that.
Bring Kaldheim to its knees. Oh, so many painful memories. memories.
That'll be good. If they go to attack it, the hexproof is gone and we can bolt it next turn. Good question. I believe so, because this is just ETB, right? So, yeah.
Oh, come now, let me have my fun.
Come on, help! Help, 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 deck! Ah, that is brutal. I mean, we can still plus, and he's okay, but God. Let's plus and see what we get. Okay, so that's actually great. Whew! We got some blockers. All right, all right. I'm happy. Play this. Play this. Play this. Bolt the Faithful, because we can. Although it's instant, I guess we save the Bolt, because now we can combine Bolt plus blocking. Although this is a... we need to block with both. So maybe we crown up... Yeah, we're going to crown something. Sentinel, I guess? Get the Sentinel a little bigger. Oh, Avenger, yeah, Avenger can then block... Well, no, it's only 2, so... Oh, yeah, does that exile? But it doesn't exile. How will bolting... Oh, yeah, plenty of extra stuff from discard, but it doesn't matter with Valky, does it? Does that work? Maybe I don't read my own card. Yeah. So I'm gonna go here and then hold the Frost. Ah, yeah. Well, if they go for that whole play though, we still have they have Menace and Tap, true, but it costs. But we still get Tybalt at that. Like, I should get out of the way so you can see Tybalt's loyalty here for while Tybalt's out. Yeah, that's the thing, Radiant Rare. It didn't matter because of this play. Yeah, we could exile the giant equipment. We could even exile the pillar and recast the pillar. Although the trouble is, Valky is going to drop to below 3, so we can't exile anything. We're going to need to plus again next turn. But it's giving us value. So the Valky is not, or Tybalt here is not being as incredible as it can be, but you can see that the floor is still pretty great because we're just forcing Oppo into a bunch of attacks they're not happy with. Now I'm wondering if we should just block with the Avenger, save the Demon Bolt, and see if we can find extra help. But I guess extra help is in the form of more creatures. Yeah, you're right. We need to use the bolt on the creature because we need 3+ creatures to be able to block through a pillar, right?
Oh, go fight someone else.
Yeah, we can't take the Icy, though, because they keep knocking us down below exile levels, but we're trying. There we go. There we go. Little rest for the zombie. Sculptor for us. And we can even crash in now. Don't think we're too worried about haste in this situation. We do have one blocker in case of haste, but not if it helms up. Oppo played a good game, and we played an insane 07 drop. That's interesting. We can still, though, now just exile the giant amulet or even the pillar. Let's exile the pillar. So many things to do. I don't even know what to do. We go, because they're at 17. This is not like over. But if we amulet, we can replay it and then make a thing that cannot be tapped. Yeah, I'm gonna exile the amulet. Can't target that. Oh, sorry. Target artifact or creature. I can. Oh, you know, you're saying yeah. You like Frost first? But we make the amulet, we get a 4-power creature. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it my way. Yeah, we don't have great attacks, which is why I want to protect Tybalt, which a Giant's Amulet does. And now we can go Frost. We do some Blessing. And I'm going to make this biggest. Oh, I should have sculpted. I could have gotten more Blessing. My bad. I'm a little under pressure from the clock there, but I could have sculpted the land and gotten 5. So a little bit of a suboptimal play there. Now figuring out if there's... Oh, I'm not going to screw this part up. Let's get the Outrider out. And then Bergie will be nice next turn. Still don't have attacks here because they have blocks and block and kill. So, but we're going to be patient and wait. I don't understand. We were worried about what were you? How were we going to lose Tybalt there? I don't even understand how you think we were going to lose Tybalt. They helm up the troll. They attack Tybalt, and we block with 2 things, right? I don't know. I hear. I see. All right. Good start. Keep it going. Hey, Oakan, how's it going? Let me get back over here. Looks good. No. Oh, I saw wrong Frost. But still keeping. We'll find ourselves some snow eventually. Didn't have a chance without Tybalt? I think that's a little strong. Tybalt was huge, though. Not saying that. So we could go Sculptor, but we don't have a Snowland yet for it, so I'm just going to go Skemfar. Although we could also go Sculptor, and next turn Skemfar and attack with Sculptor, and if it dies, we draw a card, so there's that too. Yeah, I'm going to do that because then it gives us 2 interesting lines next turn. If we happen to find a Snow Basic, we are in business for 4 mana. If we don't, we can Skemfar and attack with Sculptor and have something if it gets blocked. Well, no third land yet, but great to see the Frost, because when we do find our third land, we will be set to go. Thing is, we're pretty unlikely to draw an untapped... Like, we don't have actually a lot of Snowlands in the deck. We have 1, 2, 3 Snowlands that we could have drawn. So, pretty unlikely. Top deck us a basic, though, please. Or whatever, not even a non-basic, because our non-basics are Snowland, so we could untap it with a Sculptor and play the Glittering Frost anyway. So I'll take any land you got for me, deck. No, says the deck. No. Yeah, I have an untapped overlay, you just can't see it. And Cardboard is being persnickety, but I did give it some focus there, so hopefully that helps. Wow, Clarion Spirit is so good, I might brawl it. Let's start by offering the Skemfar straight up. You want to offer... The trouble is the Sculptor is so good with the Frost. I guess I'll give him at least the chance to block with the Sculptor, but I don't know if we want to trade... I don't know if we want to brawl the Sculptor. I don't think they'll... It does give us a card back, and maybe if it gives us the Glittering Frost, that's fine. Wow, they didn't... they took the trade. Okay. Wow, I was really scared, Oppo, so I'm glad you took that. Nice. Rob fails to read Oppo's soul, but Rob, so did I. So did everybody. Look at the wows. Much wow. All right, anything we can do about that? Not really. We can Frost, untap, and what? So far, this is not... Like, every time I play this, the Angel is immediately dealt with. We got nothing but the Frost onto Forest, so I'm going to start there. I'm not going to put Outrider, you know, like, basically this thing's going to die. We can cripple it, but what does that do? I mean, it's a 4/4. Yeah, cripple and fight, but they're going to kill the Sculptor, so we won't have a creature. We'll see. But I don't know if we want to use a card to prevent 8 in the air. I don't care about my first 19 life. I only care about that 20th. I mean, so the Angel gets us to 12 or 8, whatever. Okay. It's... Can we survive past that? And maybe we have to. Demon Bolt, that's gonna be nice. They don't have the snow yet for Narfi. So we can bolt the Angel now to prevent the most damage, and then Crippling Fear if they continue to not have the tools for Narfi. Yeah, I don't even know how Crippling is preventing damage. It's not an instant. So I don't know what people are thinking Crippling Angel, but we're bolting the Angel now. The problem with crippling it, even if it worked, even if somehow we could reduce the Angel to a 1/1 for a turn, is it like we use this card to get no long-term value? I don't know. So Rolf could fight, but doesn't have the snow to get it permanent. I think we go with Outrider. I can't really take 9. I guess I need to go name something besides Zombie, Wizard, or Berserker. Boreal can... Oh, yeah, Boreal could fight. Sorry, you're right. That works. That works. Let's do that. Good call. I forgot that it was permanents and not lands. So let's do that. So we go Outrider, getting to the snow count we need, and then Brawling Narfi. We're going to take this because Outrider into the creatures we have is going to be nice. That's troubling. Although we did get rid of Narfi, so there's that. So we can glitter the other one and have 2, but that's not enough. So we do this. Not yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Only mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Sorolf coming with a counter means we actually get to kill the angel token. So the angel's not actually going to do anything, but we do have to chump with Outrider here. And also, it's going to shrink. Oh, actually, it'll shrink but regrow the Sorolf, right? Is that how? No? Because never mind. It'll Sorolf will be a 3/3, so we're still in deep trouble, though. I think we're still dead, but not by Angel. Let's see what we can do here. We can Blessing the Frost to... we can just double chump is the problem, right? I mean, I can Frost and get 3. We can have 5 total this turn, but we can't even 2-spell with much. Yeah, Death Touch is good. Death Touch is not it gets us one of them, right? And then we can maybe survive for the other. Trade and chump is some bad times, but we can actually get the Glittering Frost too, so we'll do that. Go Frost on Swamp. And then play some Death Touch. And be ready to chump. I think we're pretty darn dead, but let's see what we can draw. Draw removal, and if this is all lands, including this somehow foretold card, we're fine, right? This is just a draw 2, and they're going to get nothing but lands for the rest of the game, and we're fine. Lindy, you're a sight for sore eyes, I gotta be honest. I still think we're doomed. This is just too much value from Oppo, but that was a perfect draw to give us a chance to keep it interesting. Don't put it... Okay. Not bad. Let's see. And with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we cannot Frost and Cripple, so we're going to have to Crippling Fear here. And name Sand again. Or we can name Worm. Yeah, Worm is our card, right? I just want to make sure there's no worms over here. Always worried about that. It doesn't matter. I guess we could attack, but not really. It seems like incorrect to attack here, so it doesn't really matter. That I named Worm versus Sand or whatever. Wow. What an attack. Screams Jarl to me, so we've got to take it and make sure we get the blessing off at least. Might, if we find like a 3-drop that we can then blessing into big value, then it's okay. Yeah, double strike. I don't know why they do that. They would just wait and win off of the Vega. I don't know. Third Frost. Almost, let's see, we can go, yeah, we need to go like this, and like this, and glittering for, the thing is, it doesn't matter making this huge, right? But it's all we've got. Oh wait, wrong glittering, wrong frost card, I meant this one. Way, that's awesome! Just what we were looking for. We're never getting rid of all this glitter. Never getting rid of it. Alright, here's where we're dead. They attack with both. We block the 4/4 because we have to, and then Jarl kills the Lindworm, and we're dead after that. But we saw it coming. We know what's happening here, Oppo. Ha! Totally knew it. I don't even think Tybalt gets us out of this. Certainly a forest does not. Vega and Colossal Plow, I'm so sorry, Darkstar. There's no question that when Plow goes unanswered, it's a powerful effect. It's just, it's too easy to disrupt to be a great card. Well, on the play, we got to keep the, or on the draw, we got to keep this, especially any land, and we can frost on 3, setting up literally everything else. So pretty easy keep. In desperation, we could even ruin a land on 2 to cycle. I hope not to do that, but we'll if it comes to it, we can talk about it. But I think even if it comes to it, I'll be patient for a turn unless we're under a lot of pressure. This is why the 9 forests, though. We so need green with the Trips Glittering Frost. It's also why we're running 16 lands, but we do need that third one. So come on, deck. Give us a third land, please. Alright, there's our third land, meaning I don't have to cycle the rune. We're also not under pressure, so we're going to pass. Now we're under pressure. You can cast this on any permanent, so we could enchant our land. And frosting it up right now, though. Looks like we could take another big smack here, but note that we are now at 3, so our brawls are turned on. We got 3 snow permanents. Gonna have more soon. All right, we got some thinking to do here. We can play this. We can frost up a land and then play Sarulf. Sarulf blocks these, but it means we are going to have to commit Sarulf to blocking if we play him. Whereas another option would be to just drop Mentor this turn, or even Bergstrider pinning down the Berserker. Let's do that, right? Pins down one that attacks, and a Bergstrider I'm totally willing to throw in front of these. Yeah, Mentor is 2 bodies, but effectively Bergstrider is 2 by freezing one. So I'm going to do that. Good defensive play here. And then I'm totally willing to spring the run-amucks and the removals, right, for a Bergstrider. All right, that's actually not bad if they don't have a lot of serious pump, because we have a lot of, we're going to make some tokens here. And now, what do I like? Now I think we need to get the Sarulf out since they're not attacking into the Bergie. Although I kind of just want to get, like, if we can get 1 counter on Sarulf, we can wipe out all of their tokens. But they didn't take out the Bergie, so that maybe that's not a Demon Bolt, although maybe they're just setting up to bolt and then get in a huge attack. Yeah, that makes some sense too. So I'm liking the... Can we frost? We can't frost and Mentor, unfortunately, which is a real bummer, because I would like to do that. And Frost and Wolf puts us at a spot where we may be forced into stuff we don't want to do. I'm going to do this. I really am sad that I didn't get the Frost down this turn, and many people wanted that. But I love having 3 creatures that I'm perfectly willing to block any of their stuff with. Maybe I don't want 3/2 on the 2/1s. Skeeter. I don't have my bug catcher on. All right, so we are going to call the bluffs here on at least 2. I think we can take these 3. Maybe even... the Onslaught? Yeah, but... What do you mean? The which Kaya are we talking about? Double Strike? Yeah, that's fair. If that's going to be a trade anyway, we might as well trade there. I'm going to block like this, though. And that was it. They just wanted to do that? Okay. Now I like Glittering Frost and get out the Realm Eater. Or Crown. I guess now Realm Eater's good. Like, they're trying to attack us aggro here. Let's play the Realm Eater and see if they want to keep doing that. I mean, they just suicided into the Strider before, so let's see what they've got. Maybe it might be setting up something this turn, though. Yeah, unfortunately I got the Rune in hand, but at least Rune Crown allows you to search your hand. So you get it free. Oh, yeah, that's true. You just want it to die. Okay, I see what Hat is saying now. Hat's like, if we deploy this and it goes to the graveyard, we can get extra value. That's totally fair, too. We're probably Lindworming next anyway. Let's see. We're not dead to +2/+1 the team, right? So I like this, and then do your worst, and then if Sarulf gets a counter, we take care of the tokens anyway. Could be like plus first double strike plus run amok would get us, but I can't play around everything. Like if they two spell us for the win, I gotta salute. Okay, so now we've got one creature with a ton of extra life, or Finn, Skemfar, and a rune. Like we have several plays to see here. Several plays we could make here. But Lindy probably just the biggest. And we could even, again, do we could also do Finn, Skemfar, rune to set up the play we're talking about. Yeah, but getting the life total up seems like the best thing, right? Go wide and gain life. Accomplish a lot of the same thing on this board. And one nice thing about going wide, though, is that if we lose Finn and Skemfar or whatever, the Sarulf grows. It's close, but let's do this. And now we got to be willing to block with Sarulf. That's a thing. That's a card that can be played against me in a game of Magic that was interesting momentarily. So, how do we live? We got a blessing and draw something with reach. Like, what are we even looking for here? Demon Bolt. Can we blessing and Demon Bolt? Blessing with a land and a Demon Bolt would give us an out. So draw and pray indeed. Yeah, blessing would have been so good, right? But nope. I will do it like this, sure. Whatever. 3 gets everything on the Firewalker while leaving a counter on the Lindworm. But we didn't quite get there. I think now we got a rune. And draw the fight card. I guess I needed to play... Yeah, maybe I need to play Swamp and leave a forest open, and then we would have a chance. Now we're totally dead. Well, yeah, someone was complaining about the format, and so far we've played 3 games, and they have been decided by a 7-mana Mythic Planeswalker, a 4-mana Should Have Been Mythic Saga, and a Mythic Angelmaker. So, Mythic, Should Have Been Mythic is how this has gone so far. They might have had enough on the ground, to go around us. Yeah, Darkstar's looking for a refresher on quest spinning, so let's go talk about that real quick. The main goal is to, ideally, you have a 500 gold quest that you swap every day. You get 1 swap every day, and by having a 500 available, if you swap a 500, you have a chance at a 750. If you have a choice of what to swap, or a choice of what to complete, like if I'm grinding, if I'm like choosing a standard deck to play on the day, I will actually actively seek to keep a 500 incomplete. If you keep a 500 incomplete overnight, you're guaranteed to have a 500 the next day to try and swap. If you don't keep a 500 incomplete, you may get a 750 overnight and then have nothing to swap the next day. So it's a little tiny edge that doesn't matter too much, but if we're talking about full edges, that's the full edge of definitely trying to swap a 500 every day. And that is a secondary concern, trying to leave yourself with 500s so that you're guaranteed swaps. All right, back to it. I don't know what the voting was on the par poll. I'm sure it was not 1, though. This deck is pretty good. We're just running into bombs. This is format. I gotta... I can't let this format get to me. It really got to me on Saturday, and I really don't want to let this format get to me. It's just high variance in terms of the power level you see, and that's gonna create swingy stuff. Okay. Except... keeping this on the strength of the Realm Eater. Can't cast Sfella yet, but we're working on it. We can cast Bergie with ice, so there you go. It might be another game where we do nothing on 2, which is like, come on, deck. Oh, this is bad. A bad deck to do nothing on 2 against. Boy, I was threatening a 1 event day, but if I go 1 and 3 and we're done, I probably have to do something else, right? Man. Well, lucky for us, they did not have a 3rd land to boast, or this thing would be nearly over. Now it comes to, do I even want to block if they send? Probably not, because if they tap out, we can untap and brawl, and then we get a counter, and any tokens they make we can get rid of after that. Yeah, mostly just BGA. I'm really not playing anything else except BGA, which is Board Game Arena, by the way. Board Game Arena and Lords of Waterdeep on my tablet. I am Moto Godot on Board Game Arena, if you want to find me there. Moto Godot. I mostly do async. All right, let's see. Oh, I almost messed that up. I want to play Forest, I think, to be able to brawl. Plus, we can't really do 2 things here anyway. But we'll brawl the 2/1, and then we have management for tokens. They've got a mana here they could go get. If it's Demon Bolt, we're just dead. I guess Demon Bolt, we do have Raise, so we wouldn't be dead, just dead. And I will threaten to block the Liberator given the current mana, I think. Although, actually, nah. I'm going to say if you want to spend your 3rd turn, if you find your land... deal 5 to tapped. That's cool. It gives us something to do. I'm gonna raise our Cerulf right back here. I can actually wait. It's instant, right? So I don't need to do it now. I can keep them thinking. We probably could have sussed that out. Maybe some of you did. I don't know if I was supposed to play around an Iron Verdict there, but with the Draugr, I think we probably could have sussed it out and said, well, Draugr says it's still okay. Go for it, right? Oppo making hay with 2 mana. I gotta appreciate that. They're doing really well here. Stuck on 2 and clearly ahead. So we can Bergie here to give us some time, and then maybe we can... That maxes our mana, and then maybe we 2-spell next turn somehow. It's not at its best in an aggro deck, but I think the the knock on this against aggro is way overblown. I think you still absolutely play cards of this quality in aggro for sure.
All right, everyone, chill.
Kind of owe you a Svella too, and a Narfi. Here, some back pay for y'all.
Hey, Stella!
Can't you hear me yell?
Well, it's also 4 pay, I guess. So we're gonna go Swamp, Frost on Swamp, Frost on Forest. Although, yeah, then we get Svella or Sarulf here. Svella blocks Wella. Sarulf, though, could get... I mean, we need to deal with this Valkyrie, right? We're just going to die in the air to this. So maybe we run Sarulf out. And then we're going to have to Blessing of the Frost next turn, looking for card draw again. Boy. So, here we are, indeed, at an unfortunate crossroads. This is awkward, because I need... I want to go get the red for Svella. I gotta, like, full control this here. Although, we're not dead to this yet, so... Wait. All right, yeah, they're leaving the snow, which is how I want it. There we go. Hey, look at that. Not a great creature, but it's gonna save us, hopefully. Or we're just dead here. Run amok for the win. I'm ready to die. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why, but I'm not gonna. This is just like. This is this format happening. I'm not going to get undies in a bunch about it. I don't think we're that weak to flyers, D. I think you're just reacting to what's happening to us right now, which is a leak of yours, I think. You tend to look at what's happening in the moment and say... not going well for us, therefore we're bad against that. But I don't think that's necessarily true. This is interesting, though. We can make Cosmic Imposter. We can exile Valkyrie, but then we're just dead to attacking Goldmaw tapping, right? So we can't even do that. We need to double spell. But Goldmaw taps our flyer blocker, and we're dead to that anyway. So I think we're kind of just dead here. What for a flyer? Like, we need to make them not do that play, I guess. Yeah, Valky plus, but how do we even cast it? Oh, Valky, yeah, that's the only play we got. You're right. If they have a flyer in hand, we have a chance. Ironically, we can't, even though we can, I didn't even think of that really because I'm so obsessed with casting the Cosmic Imposter side at 7 that seemed correct, but you're right. We Valky, and we look to cast whatever we find. Cross fingers. Cinderheart, not going to do it. And looks like the Demon Bolt was going to make it impossible anyway. Let's make him do it, though. I think I will just call this a day. You know, if Magic is going to do this to me today, I've got a pile. Oh, my desk is so embarrassing. It's a pile of unopened mail that really I need to deal with. And so I'm just going to lick my wounds on this one and say, oh, wow, this is maybe one of the better one-win decks I've had. Spins Vela hit Worm. I don't... oh, yeah, sure. That was an out. Yeah, do we have it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we could have spun Vela and see what happens. Interesting idea. As it is, we did. Hang in there, Queen. Ostensibly, this should be a format in your favor more, Queen, in that you're someone in the lower 30s of win rate, trying to bring your win rate up. And at least this is a format where the variance is so high. I think it actually, it should help your win rate. Not that it will make you necessarily enjoy the format, though. Just because your win rate is a little bit higher doesn't mean your enjoyment level is a little bit higher, right? Johnny Newfie asks, are you trying to get to Mythic, Ryan? Never! I do not care about Mythic. In fact, getting to Mythic is almost impossible for me because what I do advocate is playing on multiple accounts. So, for example, I claim this prize here. We're sad. Boo earns, etc. But we do have a win on this account, so we've earned our 250 gold for our first win. We have an empty quest slot, so we won't, if we get a quest overnight, it doesn't get flushed. The worst thing you can do with your account value is leave a quest slot open at the end of the day, because then the 500 or 750 extra gold that you get from the overnight quest ad doesn't happen, and you effectively have thrown away 500-ish 50 rate. Well, that's what you said, Queen. Is that not right? That's what you were telling me. And right now, I don't know. I honestly, Queen, I don't know if you're laughing because you think I've insulted you and you're actually at 40% or whatever, or you're at like 25% and think that I'm overrating you. Because I remember you telling me you were in the low 30s. So if I'm wrong about that, you tell me where you're at. But the point is, you're definitely under 50, right? You're not a above 50% player yet. So in formats with high bomb variance, ostensibly it's in favor of players under 50% in general, because it should bring that format closer to 50% to everybody, right? So like if we switch from Magic to coin flipping, we'd all be 50%, and the more variance they inject through powerful rares and mythics, the closer it gets to coin flipping. Not to say that it is close to coin flipping, but the closer it gets to it. I might do it in that context. So people asking me about Mythic, and I'm saying, like, I kind of got off track to talk to Queen for a sec, but basically my main advocation is that you hop around accounts to make sure that Wizards is paying you maximum gold for your play. So if we continue playing here, our next win will be worth 100 gold full stop. If we switch to an account that needs to clear out a quest slot and has a 250, our next win is worth 750 gold. So on this account, our next win is worth 100. If we switch accounts, our next win is worth 750. That's why I advocate switching around accounts. But one of the big drawbacks of it is that you do not get to pursue rank very well. Because in order to pursue rank, you have to pursue it. You have to grind it. You have to keep battling on the same account again and again and again at the ranked queues. I don't find it worth it. I'm not going to spend a ton of US dollars so that I can play again and again and again on the same account, so that I can do what? Get, you know, where is it? I wanted to look for the, here we go, season ends. Usually they show you, oh yeah, here we go. For what? Like, I always make gold. So for Mythic, I can get 3 extra booster packs, right? Like, come on. That is not worth breaking my bank. And so then it's pride, right? I am Mythic number whatever. I made Mythic. That's a great goal. If that's a relevant milestone for you, if you want to set a personal goal of like, I want to make Mythic, and that's your magic bliss, do it. But without a goal, I would never worry about rank. Now we get to what Hat is saying, which is that I haven't read this info, but Hat says, with the next MQW being sealed, Magic Qualifier Weekend, is that what that means? Have you considered taking a swing at Mythic? So my presumption there is that Hat is saying that if you make Mythic, you qualify for the Magic thing, right? So we can play aspirational play if we focus on rank. I could see doing a rank run for that purpose. I think in that case, I would bust out my paid account. I run 3 free-to-play accounts and 1 account that I've put money into. And if I ever did a run at rank, I would just switch to the paid account and be willing to shell out bucks to try and make it to the aspirational levels. The thing is also for me, like, what's the value of aspirational play? What's my personal goal? My problem with aspirational play is that really my goal would be to spike 1 tournament and be happy about that. I have no expectation that I have the talent to stay on the Pro Tour or whatever the Pro Tour is these days. I don't have the talent to make it to and stay on the highest levels of Magic play. So for me, I'm almost 50. I'm not going to get there. Like, if you're 20 and don't have the talent yet, you can at least tell yourself, I'm going to keep working on it, and it's my goal someday to have the talent. It's not my goal. I am not trying to get good enough to stay on the tops of the upper ranks of Magic, and I don't have the raw skill for that anyway. So I'm comfortable with that. But given that I'm comfortable with where I'm at, it changes what I want out of my aspirational play. I still like participating in a big tournament, but it's more about a weekend experience as opposed to some long-term life goal towards some big end. That being said, having little Magic goals is cool. And if there was a window that was like, hey, you know, I could go for Mythic this month on this account, and it would qualify me for something fun that I could do with chat or whatever, I could see doing that. So little aside there. Happy problems, reaching platinum and diamond on 2 accounts. Yeah, I'm generally diamond on 1, platinum on my 2nd these days. But absolutely, Nuke Soul, that's what it's all about, right? Get fun. That's what we're trying for. Whatever's fun to you. My goal around here is to help people find the most optimal way to pursue the biggest fun in Magic for them. Helping you understand what the parameters are, how to read the situation, and how to make decisions that you feel comfortable are supporting the most fun for you. Yeah, so it's only 11. You're not going to talk me into it today, gang. I think I'm going to say, you know, Magic just kicked my butt today, and that's okay. And I'm going to say goodbye. I haven't even said goodbye to YouTube friends. Hopefully you found a little aside there on account management and rank useful, YouTube friends. But I am going to say goodbye now. Thank you so much. We will see you at the next draft.